Welcome to the Isle Chat podcast with me, Beth,
Josh
and Ryan.
This podcast is all about exploring the big questions, the small moments and everything in between.
Whether you're stuck at the shops, in traffic or just looking for some inspiration, our chat is here to keep you engaged.
It's time to talk, connect and find meaning in those everyday moments.
Welcome to the Isle Chat.
Last night, Beth decided to have a sleepover.
Okay.
Not like on my own. Like
Who was invited? I'm going to say.
Not just on her own, like the three of us, me, Jude, and obviously
Right,
Beth,
okay.
watching the new Matilda film. I don't think it's new because it's
Yeah,
been
it's
out
not
for
new.
ages.
It's not new.
Have you seen it?
Musical one.
I've seen bits of it because they watched it extensively, like almost every day for a little while. Not a fan.
Not a fan. I think it's scary.
No. I don't know if it's scary. I
No,
think
it is.
I'm one
For
of
a
these people that
2-year-old,
like
you shouldn't be watching that.
when they change something that is originally like set in stone, that's like really, I don't know, takes you back to like a certain presence in your life or whatever. I just think as soon as someone starts playing with that, I'm like, I'm out.
Yeah, but then if you look
I
at the
know, I love
Wonka
it.
film, the new Wonka film, it's different. It's its own
But
thing,
that's
isn't it?
that's a prequel, isn't it? It's not the same.
And
And to be fair,
no, but
to be fair, talking on the Wonka film as well, I didn't.
don't say it.
No, don't
I know
say
you
that.
are like,
Do
you
not
basically
say
got the
it.
bars all across tattoos on your arms and that, but I mean,
It's Jude again.
for
That's
me,
why we got
Gene
him into
Wilder
Matilda.
is the only Willy Wonka that ever will be or ever has been. Even Johnny Depp, everyone forgets that one, don't they?
That's another what keep you on, isn't it? Yeah.
Creepy.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, that
though,
was
innit?
creepy.
Disney being Disney, that. No
Well,
offense,
back
Disney.
to my sleepover. 'Cause
Go on, anyway,
that's
yeah.
more important.
Back to her sleepover.
we dragged the mattress from downstairs, didn't we?
I was going to say I dragged it.
You never. It was a team effort. I was like, "Do you think you need help with that?" He was like, "What?"
The
do
mattress
you
off
think?
your bed.
Not
No,
off our
the
bed.
I
spare
was just going
bed,
to say,
'cause
you wouldn't be
there
able to
was no
move that, you would have
chance
stuck
of
a
that.
crane.
Because initially when she was like, "Oh, do our bed," I was like, "No, you're all right."
Okay.
But he was made up. He was literally, as soon as he seen the mattress, he was like,
So did you just do this often?
"No,
No.
it's the first time."
This time?
Just come here often.
And then he
No.
fell asleep. Once he fell asleep, I was like, "Should we just go to bed?"
So the object, they defeat
Because
the
obviously
object,
they
then,
don't
isn't
sleep normal, do they? So he was like back to front, upside down. I just thought, we can't sleep next to him. We'd never sleep in the beds with him anyway. So he was like, just carry him to bed.
it? I think we've given you an idea though. If you want to have a little sleepover.
Yeah, I'm not big staying down there with it. It's bad enough when she has to come into our bed sometimes, which she still does. I just think...
Which one, Becky? Yeah.
all of the above, really. All three of them. No, but Effie especially that's the worst wriggler ever. She's, like you've just said, it gets every different angle. So when she is in our bed, I just try and, like, stick to
Especially
my
when
side.
you're an athlete and you need your beauty sleep.
Do you know what I mean?
Ryan here actually cycled today into the office.
Cycled in, yeah.
Look, get your calves out. Where's your shorts?
Can't. They've sucked them off. Can't even get me.
Whoa! Look at that! You're embarrassed now.
Got a half marathon
Massive.
on Sunday, by the way.
Do you need sponsors for that?
No. Well,
Well,
I could have been sponsored. Like, a lot of people would do that type of distance as a sponsor, but I just did it for myself.
Can we
Which
come
some
and
people
watch
will
it?
go, what's weird. Yeah, if you want.
Where is it?
You'll see your Megan there
Is
as
it in
well.
Liverpool?
Your Megan and Belle, shout out Megan.
We'll
Shout
have
out
to go.
Hannah.
We'll make a
shout
little
out
banner.
next level, Jim.
It's all round town.
All the gang.
We'll have to go.
What day is it on?
It is good.
Sunday?
They are boss
Busy
to
on that
watch.
day.
They are boss to watch.
Yeah.
I always get that inspired. to
Yeah, but
watch
then
it, like-
I think it's like the F1, isn't it? You see them once and they're gone then. You don't see them till the end.
You'll see us once.
That's what I'm saying.
You'll probably see like loads of other. But what it is you see all different walks of life on these big types of races, and you see like young kids, our women, our men, whatever, and it does
Yourself.
get you a bit of a feeling. And me,
What category are you in?
don't know.
no.
Our men probably, you know.
Is that like the box you've got to tick?
Yeah, there's categories. Yeah,
Is there?
I think I'm in the older category.
Ah.
Just like
Life goes downhill when you're in the over 20. Is it 25s
Yeah,
in the
on
X
X Factor.
Factor?
yeah.
That's
Downhill
I can remember
from
that
then, isn't
time
it?
when one of the lads saying around to me, like, lads, you're in the over 25s in the X Factor. And I remember just being like, not 30 yet, like, you know what I mean?
Imagine,
Nearly.
just rate you off.
So tomorrow, which obviously this will be getting released later, but tomorrow is what?
Oh my God. It's our 7-year anniversary.
Is it
It is, yeah.
7 years
I actually forgot.
of J and B?
It did, yeah. So I just wanted to touch on anniversaries, and I thought, do you, like, obviously you and Becky got together on a different date to when you got married.
Yes.
Is that first date still relevant, or is it like
well,
you got married now
Well,
and then?
it might as well be because I've got a tattoo there on my arm.
I
That is
didn't know
that.
thought
We haven't got the
that's
wedding date on the other arm now, so maybe.
Yet.
But yeah.
You hit like a midlife crisis, I think, at the age of 20 if you're getting that tattooed in your arm.
All right, thanks, Dad. Bloody hell. I thought it was a good idea. You know what? It's
It's
actually,
called romantic.
It was a gift. It was actually a gift
It
because
sure
the
was.
time when I got that,
Freckles.
I hasn't got none. Fart. The time when I got that was when Becky first started. She was originally cabin crew before the job that she's got now. She career changed about 5 times, but she was cabin crew and she went away for about 5 weeks or 6 weeks or something. But she's like a proper home bird at that time anyway, and like she was, I wouldn't say the words upset, but she was like, oh, I can't wait to get home. I just miss everything and everyone and then all this type of stuff. And as I'd like, in that time, I thought I was this like big cool kid, so I thought I'd get a tattoo for her. So I got that as like a gift to say, welcome back home type of thing.
You're stood there at the airport like that, like something like off Marvel, holding your
Like
tattoo. Yeah. Yeah, look at that, babe.
Becky.
So on that date, every year you still
So,
celebrate or
well-
acknowledge.
What date? Let's
So
try
it-
and guess what date
will
it is.
Always,
Show us it.
it will always be acknowledged because...
Oh, yeah.
It will...
20. No, 10.
No. Yeah, 20. You're
20,
right.
yeah. I've felt
20.
myself then. 20.
9,
8.
8. Oh yeah, August 20.
No.
yeah.
That's
6.
That's 6, yeah.
So, I didn't put 2006 because it would have been like up here somewhere.
28/6.
Yeah, 28th of the 6th.
2000.
20th of the 8th.
2006, I was starting senior school, just so you know.
That freaks me out. But no, yeah, it is still a relevant date. But I think in terms of anniversary type stuff, if you're going to be giving gifts or whatever, the new date's now the wedding date. But we've only had one of them so
Yeah.
far.
And what date's that, right? Just a little test there.
First of May.
What day is it?
1st of May.
1st of May.
7th of May.
I know it's not the 1st of May.
I know you can see the doubt, and I was like,
I
that's
always get-
definitely
I
not
always
right.
It's either the
confused
7th or the
because-
9th, I think. 7th
Because
or
we
9th.
went to Cornwall and I think we went on the 1st and got married on the 7th. And that's in my mind, in my calendar, I had 1st of May, Cornwall, wedding.
Yeah.
So that's in my head printed. And it's the 7th was the actual date.
I can see Ryan's eyes looking at me saying, this bit's getting cut out. So what would you advise us to do tomorrow for our 7th?
I feel like as the years go on, obviously we've only been together 7 years, it's not as long as 2006. But I feel like as the years go
Why do you
on,
keep doing that? Go on.
as the years go on, we just
Yeah.
don't celebrate. Like,
This is
You
the most
don't
we're
celebrate
celebrating,
none.
is me getting
You
this.
I know you are
nothing.
really close.
Don't
It's actually
celebrate Valentine's
uncomfortable.
Day. Don't celebrate. You got a cup of tea for Mother's Day. Jesus Christ.
I was made up with that.
Couple of little
And I
things.
got other stuff.
Right.
So it's,
No, I get you. I think it does kind of dwindle out for most people. I just think it's always like I'm just one of these people who always celebrate everything sentimental. That's just who I am. Some people aren't. Are you?
I try to be. I'm
You've got
trying
less
to
than
be.
24 hours to plan something.
I know.
So
Well,
flowers is always an easy one.
Liverpool are playing tomorrow, so you're lucky. You're
Get
in
out.
for the treat.
Yeah, game over. It's a working day.
It's a working day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we said we're going to
We
celebrate.
said we'd just like rearrange to another date.
Yeah. It's
As
about that,
best we
innit?
can. Got too much to do.
When did you just go away?
When?
We're going away soon.
April?
No,
The
that's
beginning
what
of
I mean.
April.
Beginning of April. I was gonna say, you just say that's it. That's like a gift to each other.
Take on.
But still get like a lot of cards. Don't be
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, I won't.
Poor girl.
I
She's
promise.
bossy. I'm a big fan of his.
Same, sometimes.
On to them wedding trends anyway.
What time are you on, Matty? Matty's back, by the way, everyone.
Wait, Matty.
Everyone, 9 minutes.
9 minutes. You want to get our guest on?
If you want.
Yeah.
Have you got any more wedding trends to
No,
talk about?
that's it.
No.
I think
Sav?
saved it when
See, that's
trends.
a big category, to be fair.
Because I think me and you might be quiet for this part and, you know, let the guest do the talking.
I understand. I haven't prepared no like speech.
Ah!
I haven't prepared an intro. Big guest today. Big. Probably the biggest so far. I think, to be honest, you just said that, didn't you? You just fucked it up. No, we actually just said there that this guest probably doesn't need an introduction, and I think we jokingly said it, but I think it's very true as well, because this guest has felt present throughout all of our shows so far, because they always seem to be there with these questions that just make us, I wouldn't say the words uncomfortable, but they definitely give us something to think about, which has been boss from our point of view. Since we met them way back when, we've gained further connection without even seeing each other since, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
you are right. Yeah.
But because we've spoken so much about being here today and about this podcast and the things that they send in, which some of them we do hold back, so nice one for that. But they are a wedding and events stylist in our little industry. People will know them before I've even said the name anyway. They've done some prestigious clients in the time, which hopefully we get a little bit of an insight who that is. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of excitement thrown between this room while we are all talking. And they are our friends, Mimi Belle events.
Hey! Does it feel weird because you have been sat there for a while and now all of a sudden the cameras are on, the mics are on, we've been talking. A lot of the conversation we've been having as well off recording, we'd be like, save it for the pod. But just before we do get into it, thanks for both coming and doing the podcast with us.
We do appreciate it. We've obviously tried to steer this. Originally it was planned to be at your spot, wasn't it?
It was.
And then we've pulled it over to our little space.
What happens? Why aren't we at your gaff?
Well, we just Nat wasn't putting in a shift.
Hey,
Straight
do you know
in
what?
there, 2 minutes in, under the bus.
I know how that feels, Tom. I know how that feels. You've
Wouldn't
opened
get
the
her hands
can.
dirty, would she, with the paint? Right. I always say this, right? Dolce & Gabbana do not sew their own dresses.
Well, that's a quote.
I am a visionary, Dom. I'm not the workload, the workforce.
So now we're gauging who's who in this team.
Yeah.
So obviously this is Tom.
Tom, who isn't my husband, that some people think.
We all thought
To be
this.
fair,
We all thought
that's what
this.
we all thought.
Sorry, Tom. We did
Also,
think it.
people thought we did get married as
Oh
well.
yeah, people. If I showed the picture, you would get.
Why did you have like a
lesbian
similar
vibes
like?
from us.
No, Nat was my bridesmaid, but she wore a white dress, and we posted a picture of us two hugging on the wedding day, and everyone was like,
Everyone
"Oh,
Very
did
wedding.
you get
Me
married?"
and Belle got married.
Congratulations! I thought you were going to congratulate them.
No, I just think people were saying congratulations.
I'll get the picture up for you. You won't unsee it.
So you wore a white dress. What was that like? I know a lot of people are against that, aren't they? So what happened there?
All the
It
bridesmaids
was
were in
mad.
Oh, was it like? Of course it was. Of course it was.
Yeah.
I think all the bridesmaids should wear white.
I think it's our Wednesday
Dom
as much as
didn't
it is
even want to
yours.
come to the bridesmaid fitting. She said to just do whatever you want.
Yeah. I didn't go on.
No, she didn't go on.
No.
Very
Yeah.
laid back there, not bothered.
Well, I had my dress fit. I had to go with my dress fitting alone, didn't I? Because you
So
were getting.
right, Dom. We joined. This is how Dom got married, right?
Okay.
I was engaged.
She
I'm not
was
a complete
engaged.
psychopath.
Listen, there's people out there who plan weddings and house engagements.
We joined the gym.
Guilty.
Joined a 12-week gym pro. No, it was an 8-week gym program.
8 weeks, yeah.
At M Gym.
Shout out to MJ.
My mate Mike Givan.
Yeah. And Dom said, I just wish we really had something to really focus on. So this was 9 o'clock, Monday morning gym class. And I was like, when do you get married? She was like, when? I was like, New Year's Eve.
No.
It's
This wasn't actually in the gym class. We went for a coffee after the gym class because we were so busy that weekend. We absolutely had to get it all planned.
Oh,
then.
yeah.
Didn't do anything.
And then, so this is 10 o'clock then, 'cause gym class would have been 9.
Yeah.
So I went, get married on New Year's Eve. So she was like, I've always quite fancied that. Anyway.
It mustn't have even been 8 weeks because we only had
It
6
wasn't
weeks
8
notice.
weeks. I shit you not. We planned the wedding before we picked the kids up from school, bought a dress, booked a singer.
Mark didn't know, by the way.
Where's Mark?
Hello, Mark. Shout out, Mark.
Booked our bridesmaids fittings in.
Yeah.
What else did we do?
Did you say venue?
Booked the venue.
Is this all on the
Singer.
same day?
This
It
was
before
about
we
2
even
o'clock.
picked the kids up from
Between
school.
10 and 2.
So when Mark got home from work that day, he was a bit like,
got news for
rang
you,
all
mate.
his family, said, are you, because we wanted
We
New
couldn't
Year's
get
Eve,
New Year's
didn't we?
Eve, but New Year's Day was a bank holiday, so it
Yeah.
was okay because everyone was off work the next day.
Didn't ring Mark though, but rang everyone else, didn't I? And was like, are you off? Can you do this date? Blah, blah, blah.
Last one to know.
Yeah. And then we get home and I'm like, so we're getting married on New Year's Day, and he's like, yeah, well, we can have a little think about it. No, we are, it's booked. And he was like, well, and I was like, well, if you didn't want to marry me, then I'd you ask. And he was like,
Oh my God.
Mark got the heads up from the
Walked
bank.
right into
Hey,
that
Mark,
one.
your bank account seems to be getting rinsed here.
We did everything, didn't we, that one
Yeah.
day? So
I love that.
this is what, when brides are like, hi, getting married in 2026, it's getting a bit antsy, can we talk about the decor? I'm like, just chill out.
So that,
Yeah.
do you know what? Funny enough that you've brought up. Obviously, we'll go on to your origin
Yeah.
story, how you both started the business and stuff like that. But just while you've mentioned it, how soon should people get in touch with you before they book yous?
to be fair,
I hate this question because
Sorry, I hate this
when
question.
people say, oh, how much notice you need? Obviously, if we've had someone booking 2 years ago, we would have needed 2 years notice.
Okay.
But, if you ask us, can you two get married next Saturday? Oh, we're
We've
busy
got-
next Saturday.
could probably squeeze you in.
Yeah, because we might be able to squeeze you in.
Okay. So it's not.
availability, really.
Yeah.
It varies,
Although
yeah.
I feel like maybe now that COVID's well
if it
and
was a
truly gone.
Friday or a Saturday,
Everyone's
I'd
wanting
say
to get organised,
end
aren't
of
they?
the year,
Yeah.
really. If you knew you definitely, I mean, we don't need to talk about what you want.
Okay. Just want
Just
you
book
to
the date
dress
in.
the room for
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
and then we can speak about what we want
Because
afterwards.
also, I feel like loads of brides are like dead set on what they want. And then, like, for instance, after my wedding, like, all the brides, like, for the 5 weeks after, all changed to my decor.
Okay, so they've seen your wedding, it's like,
And they
what
were like,
you've
oh, can I have
got.
that instead?
And then it was like when like Pampers was like we went to a stage of like those people wanted Pampers,
Yeah.
but then like people had booked it for like a year in advance,
And
and they
now
were
they
like,
don't want
oh, like
Pampers.
a lot of people have had it, so no, I'm not
Yeah.
sure I want that anymore. So I
Yeah.
think
Must be
people
difficult
just,
that, because there is styles and trends that do come in,
Yeah.
and like
Exactly.
you'll get further inspiration by something else that you might see.
Yeah,
So
or like
probably
their
it is
friends
hard
got
to
married and they've had something that they wanted. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
you decided. Dom decided the day before what she wanted at her wedding, and did a table plan
I
on
ordered
the morning of the wedding.
The last delivery date was the 23rd of December, and
So that's the day she
I'm
ordered.
gutted I wasn't a guest at that wedding, because I'd love to see how that's come together in
Say it
such
was
like
amazing as well.
It was
yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
it was.
Is it because you use like know loads of people, or is it just you just hit
I think
it
that
like
must help, surely.
Yeah, well, to be fair,
Did you
well,
just
what
call
do
in
you-
loads of
what do you
favours?
even need at a wedding? I just don't even think
I
it's
mean,
that
You
hard.
can overthink
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
can't
No.
you?
You need a
Yeah.
venue. Send your invites out, which Dom forgot to do. They're still on the top of my
I
fridge.
gave them out on Christmas Day. Some of them.
Merry Christmas, Christmas card.
A dress, even a dress, like you can go and get a dress.
Yeah,
like
you can get a
week
dress
before.
anywhere, can't you?
In fact, I wish I had got my dress the week before.
Why did you say that?
I had full love-hate relationship with my dress.
Okay.
Okay.
You like knew it.
Yeah, 'cause
you had
how-
it for too long.
Yeah, and I went to the wedding shop every week to try it on. To the
How
point
long
where they
did you
were
have
like,
it for? Like 18
stop
months?
coming into the shop and trying the dress.
So whoever that
closed.
shop was, we do apologise because we can
closed.
understand that.
Boutique brands of Crosby, they were very
yeah.
accommodating.
That's what they're accommodating
Yeah.
for it.
They
Yeah,
just
it's-
used to just could pass it to me and be like, just help yourself.
That's what's
Just let yourself
We'll
in.
shout them out,
Yeah.
because I wouldn't mind getting them on, to be fair.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Yeah, we've got a brief history, me and that.
Yeah, they're lovely.
So how long did it take you to plan your wedding then? If like you're looking at 6
I
weeks.
met David when I was 15.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what is that? 18 years? No, only messing.
And I was thinking then,
To be
oh,
fair,
So that's me, Matt.
No, Nat, so you started planning like early.
how early?
well, before I was actually proposed to. However,
Oh, you're one of them, aren't you? Limits. You can see them a mile off.
that's just like a minor, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think most girls try to have an idea of how they want it to look in certain ways, or colour schemes, stuff like that. But things,
Yeah.
times do change, don't they? And I would imagine when you were planning the wedding, along the way, you probably thought, I need to change this, I need to change that again, or did you not?
I was quite consistent. Do you not think?
Yeah.
I knew where I wanted to get married.
Where did you get married?
I got married in the town hall,
Okay.
and then one fine
One
day.
fine day.
And we did a baby shower there ages ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I was like,
This is just
I love the long tables and one
Love.
fine day.
Yeah.
Loved it if you had that.
really, really love
Shout out one fine day, by the way.
And I didn't want to get married in a church.
Yeah.
Do you know I wanted to get married like in a city?
Yeah. I love that. Didn't want to get married in church, just
Bit
move
of a
past that.
process of elimination, then, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want that, I don't want that. So it's probably easier to know what you
Well,
don't
when I
want.
met David again, I met him on a night out in town, and he works in town, so it just felt like,
The city centre was
Yeah.
meaningful.
yeah, exactly.
That's your vibe.
Lovely.
In regards to your wedding decor, did you both struggle? Because obviously that's your expertise, that's your industry. Did you feel
Did you-
like you had to have something different?
Sorry, miss. Did you
Sorry, miss.
do it yourselves?
Yeah.
Or did you get somebody else to?
No, we done it.
No, we did it ourselves.
Okay. I mean, I'm only asking that because you said something the other day about, like, if you're a painter, you don't paint your own house. If you're an electrician, you don't wire your own.
Yeah.
And like I said about being a photographer, I don't take a lot of pictures away from here, so I didn't know if you used
So,
Yeah.
try
so
your best to
on
not
your
do
wedding
it.
day, was you decorating your own room?
Even if I had endless amounts of money, I would not let anyone else
No.
decorate my
Seriously?
wedding.
She's
Yeah.
No.
yeah.
But that must have been mad for
To
you
the
because
point where they had to lock me in the hotel room on the morning of the wedding and say,
You need your makeup done.
like,
You're not going
you're
back.
not going back to check on anything.
We done it the day before, didn't we?
Yeah.
Um,
and did you struggle, as Beth said, did you struggle like picking what you wanted, or did you know?
Well, I can't. Dom, just may I add, I was already getting married, then John, jumped in before me.
Of course she did.
So,
beat her to
It sounds like
That's
she
why
didn't
I
have a
wore a
choice.
white
to be fair. Sounds like you jumped in for it.
and everything I wanted at my wedding, I couldn't wait, so I gave to Dom.
Okay.
So then I wanted something totally different. Not because I didn't want the same wedding as Dom, but from a business aspect.
Yeah.
So was you thinking business-wise, like when you were planning your wedding, thinking with
we
our
bought,
room?
We bought candelabras and we were like, oh, a bit pricey then.
I know. Is it worth it?
Because by the sounds of it, when you got married and you'd dressed the whole room, and as you say, 5 weddings afterwards, always basically chose yours. Was that like an idea in your head, thinking, I'm going to choose this so that now, going forward, the next, like a lot of weddings go for the same style as me?
Sounds like it worked though,
Yeah.
didn't it?
But
Like-
then also, because obviously I knew you were getting married because Abby sang at your wedding, and I remember Abby saying she was going to sing, and I thought, her wedding is going to be insane. Like, I couldn't wait to see the decor.
That did stress me
Yeah,
out.
I was going to say. It
The
was like,
pressure.
I knew
Yeah.
it was
Pressure.
going to be good.
Yeah. Because I feel like as well in one fine day, you don't really need that much decor.
No, I was going to say, I feel like...
And
I
it's
know
quite a big space, isn't it?
Yeah, like I know it sounds ridiculous because you did have loads of decor, so to say that you didn't have a lot, but I feel like we were like, you're not having much.
Yeah.
Even though there was a lot, because like obviously we'll go to like some things and we'll just like, people want balloons everywhere, won't they, and flowers and everything, and we go like really over the top, but then you were a bit like, am I having enough? Like, do I need to go bigger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose there would be a pressure, wouldn't
It was beautiful.
That's the reason why me and Beth aren't getting married yet, because, there's too much pressure on those
Can't
people.
do-
Well, I
Can't
thought
handle
you
the
were
pressure.
going to book them in when you were asking them how long
No,
it was.
you were
Hey, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this
Google
all the
calendar,
time.
yeah.
I'm just getting notes, aren't I?
No, but Dom, so we didn't really have... I've always liked doing weddings, but before Dom's wedding, so that was not this New Year, the New Year before, we had like 2 weddings booked in. And we did Dom's wedding, and everyone was just like... It's like no one really knew we did them.
This brings me on nicely
what
now
I mean?
that you've said that. How did you start then? Where did maybe Belle events come from? How did you
How
decide?
was the name even
Yeah.
for a start?
Did my Mimi ask that question?
I don't know.
Well, I actually know. Well, I've done a bit of stalking, so I know.
So, before Mimi Belle events, I used to paint bags,
Paint bags.
paint bags.
Okay.
Do you remember like
You know, like
The little
bags,
cartoony
and they were, like,
character one.
cartoony.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that was you.
Well, I wasn't like
Were you
the
the
one
craze?
on the TV, but I reckon I painted about thousands of them. Anyway,
Whoa.
Oh my! So it was like.
So you don't know
I
about
remember,
this?
like
The little, like-
nurses, and you'd have like
Yeah,
the head.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
actually, you like sign your name at the bottom.
Yeah.
With me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
god.
I started doing
Becky's
that
got
when the
bags
kids
like
were babies, and I was like, needed something to do like on the kitchen side, and it was mad, wasn't it? Everyone had them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like everyone.
I remember
School.
it.
I remember it.
actually remember it.
I remember it.
So at the time, I didn't
Starstruck.
have Lila. I only had Mia.
Okay.
So, but she was Mimi. She was being Mimi,
Yeah.
wasn't she? So Mimi Belle just obviously meant beautiful Mimi. And then when we started the business, couldn't be asked thinking of a new name.
Pure honesty. I knew we were going to get pure honesty out of you two
Take that
today,
all
you know.
client base.
events on it. We used the same Instagram page, didn't we? No,
Yeah.
did we not have
No,
an Instagram
no.
page?
Did you do anything before all of this like entrepreneurial stuff? Did you ever have a normal job?
I
No.
haven't really. No.
No comment, Your Honour.
I'm just dead
No,
interested now. I'm intrigued.
No, yeah.
So I've always worked in my auntie's clothes. Well, I had my kids young.
Okay.
So I was a legal
So you grew up
secretary
fast.
for like a year, but I unplugged my phone the first day after a broker lost his shit on me. I was like, that unplugged my phone. Never answered. No one ever questioned why I never was on the phone for a year either, by the way.
Boss.
And then just one day I was like, I can't be asked going back in there today. So I just never went back in.
Fair do.
Love that.
And then I had an MOT garage, which I know is very random.
It's
Right.
still...
Pause for thought. What?
So then we
She
had,
didn't do the
Did you do the
MOTs.
tune-up? So I was going to say, I can see
I've
it.
got an
Big
MOT
overalls on.
tester. However, no, so then I had a tyre garage and an MOT garage,
Okay.
but that was when the kids were little, so you know, it wasn't like hands-on in that job.
Yeah.
And then I've just always just been dragged into working in my auntie's clothes shop,
Yeah.
which is like just to help out really.
Still exist? Said
Still
clothes shop?
exists.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's called Competitive Edge, you know, I'm scared.
I know
Shout
it.
out.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
Well,
Good
I
on you.
did leave.
Head's fallen off.
I managed to get my foot out the door, and then my granddad, God love him, passed away 2 years ago. And Rachel said, "Can you just help for like a week while we plan your granddad's funeral?" And I'm still there 1 day a week.
Got you.
Yeah.
hence why she's not painting.
Hence why I'm too busy.
I've got time for that.
She conveniently the day we're meant to be painting has to work in the
Oh,
shop.
I've got work.
So
Even
how?
though she picks her own hours on her own days.
So then your position then, Dom, how did you come into?
So
The fold.
Well, I worked in a nursery when
You were a
before I
nursery
had-
manager. Come on, Dom, big yourself up here.
Pick yourself up, Tom. This is your time to shine,
I
girl.
owned a nursery.
Yeah. 5 nurseries on the go.
had a chain. Yeah, so I worked in a nursery, didn't I? And then, was I having Elsie? No, wasn't, you know, obviously not having Elsie.
So how it,
You were having Lila.
Yeah, so I was having Lila.
And I was buying a house.
And you were buying a house.
And I was working in the shop, in Rachel's shop.
She also got dragged into the shop.
So I was saving for a house. So I was working like full time in a nursery, then working in Rachel's shop at the weekend, and then that was having it was going to have a baby shower for Lila, and
we didn't have baby showers when the big kids were born. Obviously not big.
not when they were big. That
Not
was
when they were
pretty
big. That was big.
I know you're 13, but we can still have a baby shower.
Yeah, I got one. So, oh no, we did attempt one with Ty. It was awful. Must find a picture of that. I think we actually hanged those paper
pom-poms they were. And I think I couldn't even hang them in the end, so we just placed them on the table.
Yeah, we did. So
Early
I
beginnings
wanted to have a baby shower for Lila, more for the kids really, because the big kids were like, they were very excited. So, and you know what? I was trying to think of this because I knew you'd ask this question. What was the name of that company in Essex that we used to stalk? I don't remember, do you?
No.
If you can think of it, we can always come back and say
Okay.
it.
So anyway, there was a thing on...
These are probably looking for it now.
I can't remember what it was called, but it was on Towie. They had like a baby shower and I was like, oh, I really want that. So anyway, they'd like tagged them on the page and then I seen they were in Essex. And then we looked around here and there was literally no one was there doing it.
No.
Like now, it's crazy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
Because
it's mad.
yeah.
mad.
I think there was maybe like
So-
2 or 3 companies, wasn't there? Like,
yeah, and I think I
event
messaged
companies.
one of them and they didn't really do what I wanted anyway. And
Yeah.
it was like, I don't know, like £500, which at the time I was like, oh my God, that's freaking insane. So I ordered flowers from China. Went to my good old IKEA to get some drapes.
Yeah.
And then I said to Dom, can I put it on your credit cards? Because I've got no money, I can't afford it. But I've already asked 2 of my friends who are pregnant to chip in. So when they pay, we'll just pay your credit card off and then I get my baby shower for free. Dom was like,
And then I was,
I'm not sure about that because I need to, buy
Gotta
a
get in the
sink or
house
so- Oh no, you
and-
didn't want to put it on your credit card because of your mortgage.
oh yeah, and then I was like, but then if 2 people already asked, I guess like if we could do, what we charge like what, £75 or something,
Yeah.
like, for like at the time, like
I don't think we said we need to find a 3rd pregnant person.
yeah, and then we were like, if we could do
Walk
it,
in the streets. I don't want to offend anyone, but
if we
You
could
look
do
like-
one a month, like we could split the money, we just get an extra £30.
Yeah, we were like, we could really do with like an extra £50.
Can I just ask, when is this? Like,
What year was it?
Lila is nearly 6.
So 6 years ago.
So 6 years ago.
7.
So with the first
Yeah, yeah.
baby shower we did was in Feb. Was it?
Yeah, fab.
And Lila was born in May. By the time Lila was born, we were fully booked every weekend until like
Wow.
the
Like
end
I
of
went
October.
on Lila's
Some
baby shower. I
take that.
literally just had to like
Yeah.
turn up in like my gym stuff and get changed in the kitchen, didn't I? Because I'd been to like 2 baby showers by myself.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know. We had 2 followers, didn't we?
So was this all growing through, obviously, your social media as
Just
well?
on Instagram.
Yeah, no website or anything like that?
Nothing, no. And we put like a picture up. And I'm going to have to find out the name of this company. They've probably gone. They're probably not
I
even there
know.
anymore. And we copied what they did, basically. Sorry.
Copyright, sorry.
We'll start
We
somewhere.
went to buy a drain
mention
and
them.
pipe thing. Do you know what they are?
Oh, what?
Like a
It's like
drain
a
and pipe.
pop-up,
Like,
I think what you
Is
probably
this
used for
Like
the
a
baby...
backdrop.
yeah.
Or yeah.
But they're like
baby
£400. So Don was like, absolutely not.
So-
I'll never get my mortgage if we put that on my credit card.
So we got clothes.
So we got a clothes rail. Then we were like, oh, it's like 4 foot
not the
tall. It's
same,
not going to work. So then we got like
Found
these
extension
extension
poles,
poles to make
yeah.
this clothes rail like 6 foot. Oh my God,
7.
if you're ever doing a car boot sale, we have like 40 clothes rails in our lockup. And we were just banging out these backdrops. It took us like 10 minutes to put up.
Yeah.
And it was literally a
I mean,
bed
it
sheet,
didn't when
a
you'd forget
double
the
bed
rail.
sheet,
Oh.
which we'll tell that story. It was like, we put the rail up, double bed sheet,
over it.
IKEA drapes, flowers across the top, charged £200, see you later. Did it about 5 a weekend.
Wow.
135.
Ching. Nice
I
that.
wish
I
this was
reckon-
still our life.
That's what I
I know.
say, because
Yeah,
that
yeah.
sounds very, like...
Because obviously, because there wasn't
Easy.
as much option. Like now, it's like you said, it's crazy.
We had a
isn't
pink
there?
one, a blue one, and a white one.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
we
even
bought
have-
2 of
didn't even have
everyone,
a
and every weekend they were,
Yeah.
and then COVID hit and it all went to
So when COVID hit,
Yeah.
I would imagine that's obviously just put a stop to all of it.
Well, we were like fully booked for that year, weren't we?
Yeah, and we were even getting like, obviously, like we'd been doing like a package for like 135, hadn't we? Like the wall and the baby blocks. And then we were like starting to get like people spending like £300. We were like, oh my God, they're spending like £300.
£300.
Yeah. We'd be like, they want balloons on the table as well.
Balloons on the table.
My baby shower, because obviously by this point we were like 8 baby showers deep in the Ivory one, and I was like, no, I haven't seen everybody else. So Dawn was like, Chloe Kardashian had a baby shower, she had balloons. Now nobody had balloons at parties then, only the Kardashians. And I was like to Dawn, that must be dead easy to do.
Are we talking about the balloons that you make into like an arch and that? Are we
Yeah.
talking about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so everyone who in the industry now, you know, just has endless videos and tutorials, and
Yeah,
with
yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like that. They might watch a Chinese one that we tried to translate,
Yeah.
and we were just like,
I wish you had the behind the scenes of you
Yeah.
watching that video.
and then
We had the bright idea to
Yeah,
show
because
it,
you can
didn't
get them
we?
like purpose made now, can't you? Where they literally come with like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing that you attach them to and all that.
yeah, I remember we used to lose our shit if we couldn't find any of that in the lock-up,
Yeah.
didn't we? And we literally had like a lock-up, and it was like no bigger than like where me and
It
Dawn
was
were sat
6
now.
foot by 6 foot.
There you go. So we sewed the balloons together with a needle.
Obviously,
and a
like, you know,
thread.
through the
Yeah,
tile.
yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
No
like,
balloons were harmed in
we
the making of this
we
arch.
sat there like this.
for hours.
God.
And we just thought it was just the best thing ever. We were like,
But you were getting 300 quid for it, so
Yes.
obviously, you know,
Yeah.
just...
That is insane. So
Yeah.
then, was that during COVID or just coming out the back of
no,
COVID?
so this
that was
just
very beginning.
This was the beginning.
That was
And
her
then we
baby
did
shower.
Lila's
Okay.
christening, and I was like, we're
That
going to
was-
go crazy, and I'll spend like £500 doing Lila's christening.
When
And
was that?
2019.
Yeah, but
June.
yeah.
And Lila's christening to this day is very gorgeous. And but after that, we just
Yeah.
seemed to scale up, didn't we?
I think we've just been, like I say, we've been quite lucky. We've obviously worked hard.
I feel
but-
like we started at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Right place, right time.
Yeah.
No competition.
There was
Well,
no,
not it-
barely
well,
any
maybe like,
competition.
I think there was like 3 other like
Yeah.
companies.
But not
And
doing
they
it
didn't
well.
really do
Yeah.
like the same kinds of stuff as us, did they?
Yeah.
We were definitely, I think, one of the first people to start doing balloons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which brings
This-
me on to say
Go on.
that the only reason we started doing balloons was because we reached out to a couple of people and were like, do you want to like start, like you do the balloons, we'll do the other bits. They're dead rude to us, weren't they?
What, like companies, like you
Like
you own
companies, and
like
we were
party
like-
shops and stuff?
Yeah, we were like, we don't really want to get into balloons, so like, will you, and they were just like, no. And they're not even going anymore, they've gone.
So do you, in that sense, yeah.
Screw you. And then business,
Yeah.
Nice
essentially,
knowing you.
wasn't
Do you
Give
feel
us up
now,
the opportunity.
because you, as you say, you're very creative and like visionary, the word you mentioned before,
Yeah.
and with the competitors becoming more and more, as you say, it's not just like yous and someone else now, but there's a lot of yous. Do you feel like you notice your stuff on other people's?
Well,
Stuff.
we started, when did we start doing masterclasses?
Maybe like 3 years ago. No. Yeah, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Did you start the masterclass coming out of COVID then to teach
Yeah.
other companies
Yeah.
what you're
And
doing?
everyone was
No wonder
like-
there's loads of them now.
I know.
I know.
So you
Your
only
own
got
fault.
yourselves to blame.
But
No, but you
Don't
want
come
the,
crying to
you want
us about
the OGs, don't you?
everyone's was
Well.
like, why are you doing that? They're going to steal all your custom. And I can hands on heart say, I don't think anyone has, like we actually,
Support these
no,
people.
like if
and
we
vice
get message,
versa.
like we say, oh, we can't fit you in, go to this person, or
That's nice, isn't
And
it?
like
Yeah.
also like when we've had like we have like quite a few of the people who've been on master classes, they like help us out so much, don't
yeah.
they?
We will mention Rachel. I
Right,
can't
yeah.
think what business name.
RJW.
RJW events.
That's nice though, isn't it? Like
yeah.
you've got like people in
And
the
they-
same
and
line
loads
of
of them
work.
help
You
for the
know?
wedding.
They're my initials
Yeah.
then, by the way.
Yeah.
RJW.
Yeah. So we've
Just
got
saying.
like about 4 or 5 really close friends.
Yeah, who like really like we've stayed really close to them and they help us
Yeah,
out all the
and
time.
they help
don't
us
they?
out, and we help them, and you know.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember one time, everyone was like, "Can't believe you're doing masterclasses! Like, it's a stupid idea," and blah blah blah. And we were doing it was Yemi Minas, wasn't it? We were doing
Footballer?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So are
Yeah.
we getting into like this round
Celebrity.
now of like you've
I've
Well,
just seen
can
Matty's
talk-
eyes
we
pop
can
open
talk
then.
about Yeri because he's our favourite
Did you-
person.
did you
won't
shoot-
understand what we're saying or be listening. Yeah.
Do you?
And I went the wholesalers and they were his wife was like one of these where she didn't know English much at the time, but it was just more. That's the only thing she knew, wasn't it? More.
Yeah.
And
Boss, love ya. Won't be a sec.
so
That's how much it's gonna. That's how much it's gonna cost without more.
But
Yeah,
go to
great.
wholesalers. We need loads of black balloons for Gary. I was like, okay. So it's like a Saturday night.
It was
Friday.
it was New Year's. It was for
Was this
New
the
Year,
first,
wasn't it?
like, would you say, like, let's see, how would you say it? Like, scaled up event that you'd done? Was this, like, the biggest to that point, or had you already done a few?
Oh no, we'd done loads for them. They used to have balloons every week.
So yeah, no, but I think
This
what
was
you're
a bit-
trying
it
to
was
say
his
is,
first,
what was
so
your like
Yeah,
first
what
like
was, like,
job?
the catapult from being
Yeah.
just doing stuff in and around the city to, like, all of a sudden someone who's, like,
Footballer, celebrity,
footballer,
High
celebrity, whatever,
profile.
high profile person going, right, we want this, and it's going to be this cost, and it just set you from ear to ear.
Or it made you go, oh my God, I've made it.
Yeah.
I feel like I will not feel like that until
No?
the Kardashians give me a little.
Okay,
So you
so
haven't
Well,
even felt
yeah.
that, like, increment.
no, you must feel like when someone sends it slides into the DMs who's got a bit
Well,
of
like
a profile.
ages ago when it was a blue tick. I mean, everyone's
That's it,
got
isn't
that
it?
now, haven't
Yeah.
they?
I haven't.
No, I don't want
And
my face on my profile
Just
picture.
after that, like, funny period where you could have parties and then you couldn't have parties.
So this is off
and
the
then-
back of COVID,
Yeah,
before you
well,
got, like, a
just
big...
finishing my story
big
about
thing.
Yari.
Go on,
Carry
go
on.
on.
And then
Get it in.
We needed like 2,000 black balloons to do this thing.
and that hadn't got one.
I didn't buy one pack. I forgot. Wholesalers was closed. So I had to message in all the masterclass groups saying, listen, if
any
you've got
balloons
any
going?
black balloons, like even 5, like
And
I
everyone
need them.
rummaged around, didn't they?
And everyone gave me every black balloon that they had. And I was like, see, it's paid off, isn't it?
Yeah,
Having a
you're-
nice little community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah. So, moving on.
Moving on.
That's what I
Swiftly.
say to Dom. when
She's
she's like,
in charge now.
She's in charge. We'll let her take over.
I don't know.
Yeah, like
I can't
that
even
period
think
after
Oh,
COVID.
so sorry. So in COVID, when you could kind of have parties, we started working with a PR company, didn't we?
Yeah.
And they used to have us doing like Love Island people, was it?
Yeah, we done someone from Love Island, didn't we?
Is that what you call these people? Love Island people?
Did they apply to you, or did you apply to them?
No, so the PR company worked for them. So where did we meet? Where did we meet her?
That's what I mean, like, how did that connection happen, you to the PR?
I think you've
At
seen
a
it.
baby shower.
that
So I
you
was-
styled?
Yeah, I met her at baby shower. And then, what did we do? I can't even remember the names. Chloe stole his scissors and she was proper made up with herself.
Paige.
Paige. From Love Island. Chloe will return the scissors.
Can't remember.
Yeah, Scottish girl.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, she was with.
Yeah,
Finn?
they did.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
won
yeah.
it.
Finn.
That's
Finn.
it.
Yes.
Show Finn scissors.
Matthew,
Lovely lads.
You know too much.
He knows everything. And we did loads of things like that, didn't we?
Yeah, and it
we got
really, to be fair,
a lot
grew
of
our
followers,
following,
didn't we?
Yeah, like we I think we say lockdown was like 2020, wasn't it? So, and we started when 2018, and it took us like 2 years to get like 8,000 followers maybe, and then in between that time, like that year where it was like you can have a party, you can't have a party.
We just
like,
said yes to everything, didn't
yeah,
we?
we went from like 8 to like 20 odd, didn't
Yeah.
we? Which we've stayed at.
So it's interesting that you brought the followers up, because I always think as a business, because obviously, you know, it's not that you care about your followers, but do you think from your perspective, your customers look at your page and go, they've got over 20,000 followers, that we trust them? Because I think sometimes that's how people view it now. Like the trust is
I
there.
always say the reason why I think we have such good customers is because we're very trustworthy. And I'm not even talking about like that we're going to show up. Like, we have people who have like houses worth millions of pounds.
No,
We're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
left
And you
the
just go
key-
in.
Left the key under the rug. Just let yourself out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Imagine.
And no, but like that's
The
a,
key
that's
to
a
what
lot.
car,
It's
mate?
like, to take,
It's like, yeah,
a
like
lot
the-
of trust in you to
No,
be
of course,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I've literally just left you a key. To
Yeah.
the point where we just actually had our own key for Gary Venus in the end, didn't we?
That was awesome.
It's like, just keep it.
No big deal.
He was going back from training used to, sat in the pool like that. You don't mind, do you, Eddie? You know what I mean?
They did actually, that was saying
Oh,
it
no,
one
so
time.
one time we went round, and this was like the back end where you could have like 30 people in the garden.
Yeah.
And we went round, and they were like, "Can you go home and come back?" Because
It's going to be
did
too
they have
many
like
people.
2 parties in the same day?
I can't remember.
Anyway, so this is when like poor David's working from home with like the 8,000 kids in my house and all everything else. And we go at like 2 o'clock, it's like 8 o'clock, and he's like, "Where are you?" I said, "Oh, the Colombians have asked us to stay." Me and Dom
No,
were
they
there, and
cooked
like,
us up.
they were cooking in these big pans.
It was
and they were
amazing.
like,
Had the
stay,
music,
dancing.
Definitely weren't
Oh
going
my
home.
god!
Yeah.
Oh no! And he
I was very
he
upset we
was
couldn't
like,
stay for the whole thing, to be honest.
being at home all day.
That was just a pre-party.
Kids.
Oh.
I went, David, I feel like I've been to Colombia. At this point, I've been on holiday for like 2 years. So I was like,
jokes there.
I was literally like, oh my God, we had the best day ever. But we were like part of the family.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's nice that, like, with your clients or your customers,
Yeah.
you can build that rapport up with them. If they
Yeah.
are using you all the time, it does become a little bit more like not just a customer working relationship, it becomes more like not family as such, but like friends.
Yeah, we have got people who are like our actual friends, haven't we?
Where they use you all the time for like parties and events and stuff.
Yeah.
I
And
think
we're
Do you see loads of that now, like repeat custom for things?
Like even people who aren't even like on Instagram, they just message or ring us.
Yeah.
But we've
But
got
I don't think followers, like talking about the I don't really think followers, like we,
I
like I
get
said,
a bit
we've
vain
stayed,
about followers. And Dom's like,
we've
why are
stayed the
you bothered?
same pretty much for like, like
2 years.
Like our followers just like they go up and then they go back down, then
Yeah,
they go
like
up, they go down.
we got like loads of unfollowers.
Yeah, like
Do you reckon that's
sometimes
because,
we'll get,
I know
like,
people
100
like, some people
followers and,
get a bit
90.
like, they don't follow me back, I'm not following
Yeah.
them.
See, I'm
Do
not
you
re-
post all the time as well? I mean, that's a
I'm
stupid
not
question,
really
but
like-
the algorithm. I don't,
I
get all
don't
that, really.
understand the algorithm and all that. I'm not really like a big Facebook.
it's the same company,
wrong,
really.
yeah.
Instagram. But when you go on ours, 90% of our followers are from Liverpool.
Got you.
So
Wow.
I feel like the majority of people would, you know, like maybe use us.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas if we had like 100,000 and, you know, they were in America or whatever, well, they're not going to book us to.
Listen,
go
that's
do
your
Baby Shower
gateway
holiday.
to the
Yeah.
Kardashians.
So, I know.
I know.
See? Nah, I'm
Sleeping
joking.
on that. You're probably only about 3 people. What was that saying?
The five.
Five people away from everyone or something like that. Like, you'll
You
probably
need to
know someone who will know
contact 5
someone.
people and
You
then
need to
and
know
then
one
contact-
person, don't you? Who's like half famous, which they will know someone who's even more famous than them, and that's how
Yeah.
it goes.
So,
I know someone. Don't I always say this all the time? I know one person who's like really, not really famous, but I know they've got connections.
Yeah.
And I always think if I ever,
me.
you know, what?
Is it you?
It's me.
Yeah.
Fair. I'm not shocked.
But you do. You always
know
have that
everyone.
person.
Yeah.
You go, I could message them, and they could message them, and then.
But we
Yeah.
were never asked to do anything.
No.
So
No.
You would have
I
to
know
do
we were speaking
Kardashians.
before we started recording, and you mentioned about the like this. What is it? The
An NDA.
NDA.
an
yeah.
NDA. What's that stand
A
for?
non-disclosure agreement.
Okay. So you just have to sign them, don't you? Every now and then when you do a big
Yeah,
Yeah.
event.
not very often.
Not very often, but
I'm going to ask you the most stupid question now.
so
What
we
type of
went-
events are these that you can't sign for? Is it like politicians? Is it like footy players? Who is
like
it?
famous people.
Is it OK Magazine, like sort of stuff? Because I
It's
think
not
it's
even
weird.
like it's the stuff that has never even like ever been.
You'd never see it.
No.
No.
It's just in the background.
But then I just
Yeah.
don't. I don't
So
see
you
the
can't
point.
post your work, or you can post your
Oh,
work.
We can't take
Only if it's, like,
pictures,
verified
can't-
by them.
Yeah.
So what,
Why
if
though?
they share it, then we'd be allowed to share
Okay.
it.
Can give us an
But then-
explanation why you can't? I know you're not allowed to
Well,
say
I
it.
don't know whether they've just been like private family events that they just don't want to share, and then some of the people, there's probably been pictures of like their kids, and they don't share
Fair
pictures of
do.
their kids,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Because we watched the Colleen Rooney saga on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I
Wow.
could, she had like the private Instagram accounts. Sorry, love. We are close today.
Sharing a mic.
That's what it is. So is it stuff like that? Just giving an idea. Is it like someone like her who's very private in that sense?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
just
yeah, they are
private
pri-
people.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. No.
There you go.
I think what the difference is that a lot of people are quite oversharers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Typically,
think a lot
who
of
people who are
people
getting
think
like
exactly
baby
that-
backdrops or baby
yeah.
showers and
Yeah.
stuff, they can't wait to tell everyone.
They're
so
doing it just for
seems-
Instagram when
yeah,
really some people aren't
Exactly.
doing it for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's where the difference is.
You've
Isn't
hit
it?
the nail on the head in that sense. Because I always think with what you do, it's so stunning.
it's like
You
a
want to
showy
show it
thing.
off,
Yeah.
don't you? In a way, it's bougie.
Like some of the
It's
I've got it in.
Yeah.
I've got it in already.
Yeah.
Yes.
some of the things we've done that we can't share, it just pains me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you? It's I keep going to pushes, yeah, because you always push us with your questions. Is there anything you can say? Like, what's the biggest bougiest thing that you've ever seen?
Well, I think if someone said to me, I don't think this is the bougiest thing.
Okay.
But then when I put it into perspective, I'm like, well, actually, that's like quite
And
a big
our
deal.
heads are gonna fall off now, aren't they?
Well, we went to Tamara Eccleston's,
I don't know that.
and like a lot
I
of
know
people
Tamara
go, oh, I
Eccleston's.
don't know who that is, but she lives next door to
I know who she
Kensington
is.
Palace.
Yeah, yeah.
Who
Big,
is her
a
dad?
big deal.
A bit of the
Big deal.
who owns Formula One.
Her dad, yeah.
Okay. Now I'm
Big deal.
And that
though.
was we were definitely like, oh, we're like
You allowed
really
to talk about that?
flattered.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just not allowed to show
We're
it.
No, we've got pictures of it.
Okay.
We're high profile people. Do you feel not pressure more, but
Yes.
not that you deliver
when we went to
differently,
Tamara's, we had to take our
Hey,
passports.
first name basis and everything.
Yeah,
there.
of course.
We had
When we
to
went
take
to
our
Sam's.
passports. We had to get our fingerprints done. We had to get like photo, like you know,
Fingerprints.
Face ID
yeah,
thing.
Yeah,
What?
they've got artwork in there that's worth like millions of pounds.
You can wear gloves though, can't you?
Yeah,
Hey,
Yeah, that'll sort it.
we had like
I've seen Ocean's
we
11.
had, like 2 security guards with us the whole time we were there that didn't leave our sides.
that must have been pressure then. You're like, just help us out with the balloons there, lads.
Yeah.
Can you hold that a minute?
Yeah, a
Yeah.
bit like nervous that you're gonna.
But when we went, I didn't go with Dom because me and Dom won't drive on the motorway that far.
Use that one of them, are you, who just avoid the
No,
motorways?
she just helicopters us in.
Yeah,
So I
Tamara.
got my friend Lily to come with me. She's like obsessed with Tamara Eccleston, so she was like near wetting herself. And so we checked into the hotel and we were like, right, we'll go now. So we like put the address in the sat nav. And the PA had said you drive like down a long road, you go like through a gate, through like a security thing, and then just ask for Tamara. So I'm like, okay. So we're like driving down, and then there's like all these like armed guards coming out, and I was like, is that a bit heavy, innit? Yeah. And then I'm like, Lily, just keep driving, and she's like, these men have got like guns, and I'm like, it's fine, they're expecting us.
They're expecting us.
So we get like to the end.
they know who I am.
And Lily's like, hello, and she's like, oh hi, and we're like, we've got all the balloons in the back, we're just here to do balloons. And they were like, this is the palace. And we were like,
So you took a wrong turn.
oh, we were at Kensington Palace trying to get
He's like, just drive.
she was
Wrong
like,
place.
and at this point there's like about 10 guns on us on the car, and I was like, oh, okay.
Joe, I thought you
The gunmen are trying to go past the balloons, like, who's in the car?
Just think about that for a second. Like, how sus would that look?
Oh,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
You know, when you see these like comedy sketches on a film or something, and they always turn up and they're like carrying ladders or something. shit
Yeah,
like that,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
We've just got balloons. Yeah, I'm sure you have. See you later.
But he was dead nice, to be fair. I was like, we're meant to be at Tamara's, and he was like, it's the next road along, and we were like, okay.
Oh, Samara, what's she like? Who's doing
If
this?
you got back out the gate, it's another
I'm
4
not
miles that
familiar
way.
with this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Did you
so
put a
no.
posh voice on when you were talking
You
to
must
them?
have.
Yeah,
What's your posh voice? Come on.
that was my posh voice.
Oh,
All right.
awkward.
Which is another thing I wanted to actually say.
Go on.
I think people really get the wrong perspective of us as well.
On social media?
Yeah.
Go on, fill us in.
Because I feel like people think we're really posh. Like people say to us all the time, oh, like,
Bit
Where are you
stuck up,
from?
Bit stuck up.
Where are you
yeah,
from?
Do you live by mine? in
What's your
Formby?
postcode?
live in Formby.
Do you?
No, I think people think, like we had girls coming on the maths class that were like, I was scared to meet you because I thought you'd be dead struck up and rude. And that really upsets me.
Which is funny, really, isn't it? Because like, if you don't spend that much time putting yourselves on your Instagram, how would they have that perception?
Yeah.
I think it's the work that you're doing. I think
Yeah.
sometimes.
Maybe it's because of like the clients that you
Yeah,
have. People
I
are just
think-
a
Yeah,
bit
because
like,
to be fair, when we started, we were like scared to speak to any other events people, weren't we? Because we were
Yeah.
like, they're not gonna, they'll be like
We'll
rude
take
to
you
us, they're not
serious,
gonna
some
like
of them.
Some
us,
of them
yeah,
were rude to
or
us.
some of them are. But most are friendly.
Yeah.
where are you
PG podcast, this, you know.
from? I know you might live where you live now, but where are you from?
We grew up in Crosby,
They
you
are
are
posh.
then, yeah.
These are posh.
and I did go to private.
So she brought up shit.
You're not go?
No, they never put
Oh, what happened there? Mum and Dad just
To be
a snooze
fair-
there.
Favoritism.
She got a scholarship
I got a scholarship.
because I'm younger, even though
So you did clever
people
then as
think
well?
that she's the younger one.
No, I'm not really. I'm not very academically clever now.
You must have been to get a scholarship. Was
That's what I mean, yeah.
Don't think it's that difficult.
No.
I think you just get them out people in Crosby anyway.
Yeah. No, so that does
Depends who
upset,
you know.
that-
If you know
that
Tamara,
that
you're in.
upsets me to the point where sometimes I leave a venue and say to Dom, did I just sound like a knobhead then? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Honesty, babe.
And that does upset me really. That people but I think sometimes people are scared to ask about things as well because they think we're going to be like, oh, it's like £10,000, and it's not.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, what's the biggest payday you've had? And not you, like profit wise, but what's the like most expensive a client? Can
Probably
you
corporate.
disclose this? Because I don't understand like the event side. Because obviously,
Taxman listening.
taxman switch off at this point. No, you can
£200.
£200.
Losses every year.
No, but I always think this from a naive point of view. Obviously, we do see it at weddings. So
So our
Average
weddings
wedding.
aren't really very expensive.
okay,
When I say that,
all the couples like,
obviously,
excuse me.
yeah. So I think people think
Because I have no idea.
Like, well, this is the thing. Like, when you say to people, "What's your budget?" It's like the worst question ever, isn't it? Because you're like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't know how much things cost."
Yeah, if you do, obviously,
So
like,
that's a good. Because I would ask, what is the budget for a wedding day for you? Like, if was
I would
booking
say
yous?
most brides spend £2,000.
yeah,
And that's like an all-out, like,
yeah,
That's
bougie
like
wedding.
bougie.
yeah.
Right.
And sometimes we
Which
see like
isn't a
people,
lot, is it?
Isn't really?
Yeah.
No, I thought it'd be well
yeah,
more.
well, that's
We-
what I think people think.
We've started to notice becoming a more common theme on the podcast.
We said this, didn't we? People, the way that they've listened to it, they've probably seen Steve's. Now they'll see this. Gifts.
Gifts.
See- we
We
see
did
gifts
not
on our
expect
table,
this, by
yeah.
the way. And when you did bring them in before, I know they're on the table, so not that any of the cameras can pick them up yet. But I was surprised. That's so thoughtful, I think.
I know.
Because they're personalised.
Can you
Do you want me
hold?
to?
Explain. I want you to explain, by the way, how you've done it.
I'll get this because we need to
Oh.
the reveal, don't we?
I'm going to film this on my phone as well.
Let's
before
get
you
the
do
other
it.
one that's not broke. So move this back. Accidents happen, you know.
You're gonna have to video that as well.
It's kind of melted in the
No,
meantime.
but they have to do this themselves.
No, you can do it because you're
Okay, well, that's
We'll hold
to do
it. Yeah, well, no, because they can't.
Can we not do it?
Can you see that on the camera?
And then you can all see it, can't
Are you
you?
ready?
Wait, are you gonna video
Wait there.
Are you going to record
Can you
it?
just, before you do it, why did you bring us these?
This is our thing.
Okay.
This is our thing.
That sounds like a stupid
This is what we
question,
do.
but We've had
Ryan.
we've had guests on who don't bring us stuff.
Ah,
Not that
well,
there's
that-
anything wrong with that, but I mean, it's just
Note to
the way
that,
you were saying before. Like,
How have you
people thought
personalised
were
them?
Well, this is from one of our suppliers.
Okay, nice. So you have proper on your way to
get
bring
like
us
a little
these.
glass and put this in your glass when you get home.
We didn't bake the cake.
We didn't bake the cake.
And how have you... Who's that? Do you know what? Thank you both so much, because that is a lot. So thank you.
You just went to some effort
That's
there.
gonna set
Right,
my
are
hair
you
on
ready?
fire.
Let me move. Can I move this? Can you need to go back and come right over?
I'll go in.
The camera picks it up well, though, you know.
Are you ready?
Do you go in the middle? Do you go in the middle?
Oh, okay. Well,
No, you're okay.
This was
no, I reckon
underwhelming.
it needs to catch the end on.
No, people do it for the middle defo because then it goes outwards.
So here we're going. So this is like a new trend.
That is
amazing.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Trends.
Before.
So you are right in
Thank
saying
you
that's a
so
trends
much.
because
That is unbelievable.
I've only ever seen this once on like TikTok.
I seen it was a picture. I didn't really see what it was.
Have you seen?
Do you know that just the thought of that as well? To be fair, the fact that was the picture underneath the picture of us, and
Lovely. Lovely touch.
Hey.
Thank you so much.
See, that's what we do. Go the extra mile for our clients, you know.
it smells lovely as well because of the
Yeah.
heat.
It's like the sugar heat.
Yeah.
They're amazing them.
Wow.
They're really good.
I
So
did break one, sorry.
I know I'm not trying to promote like the supplier that you use, but are these popular in the weddings? Like people's names, I would imagine, from the glasses.
Yeah.
You have your
Like
initials, don't
initials,
you?
yeah.
Don't they? Yeah.
Initials.
Or you can have like surname or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still holding this.
Yeah.
Holding like it's a baby.
Put it here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
honestly.
both so much. I hope our reactions give you like a true how much it means
They
to
buzz,
us. So
aren't they?
thanks.
Brilliant. I even just love that.
I love the way you two
If you
was
just
like,
brought that in, if you just brought that
Do
in
this
on
every
its own,
day.
honestly, we would have been
I would
blown
be
away.
like, my head would have been falling off because we put them on our little shelf. But this is something that we can put on our
Well,
little.
when we were going to
this is the
invite you into our home, we've had little
Listen.
coffee toppers made, haven't we?
Yeah.
Listen, we
But
can still come.
We'll do part 2. And
Well,
you can
we've said to every guest so far that we'll always have like a follow up, like part 2, based on
We've quit.
this episode and the one in the future. I know, yeah.
Right, I've got tons of questions
a
that have
lot.
been sent in, which is
Go on, I'll let you read
the
them
most
out.
we've ever had. People are coming for you.
Probably
It might be people who've
Strap
actually,
yourselves
Or
in.
Mia.
people who obviously know you. Who knows? So quick fire. Obviously, you can answer them as quick as you want, but let's do
like
it.
Mr. and Mrs.
First one, yeah, Mr. and Mrs. First one is from Ian Hanlon, and he's put, "What would you do if another supplier kept copying your ideas?"
If we
What's
just
that
ignore it, don't
saying?
we? What's it? Yeah.
It's a compliment, isn't it?
Imitation is the something.
Sincerest form of flattery.
There we go.
There you go.
Thanks for finishing it.
We don't
Probably
care.
happens all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And also, like, it's trends as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not, it's just like sometimes when people don't do like anything different. Like we've had one, haven't we? Where like literally like they place like every single like it's had like character balloons in, and like to the point where it's like placed in
Yeah.
exact like the
Yeah.
next
And
one.
they're
in
underpricing
fairness,
what you do as well.
I will defend some people. Some customers do ask for exactly the same.
Yeah, but we do try and say
We do say we don't do
can't.
that, or we won't copy.
It
Yeah.
depends, doesn't it? If it's something like very like generic, but like if people are quite like send like something quite like detailed, we'll be like we can do something similar, but we can't copy that exact picture because it's not our work.
Very honest. I like
But we
it.
don't really care.
No.
Ooh,
Really.
some of these questions, they're coming for you.
Keep them anonymous.
This one's definitely staying anonymous. Spill the tea is the opening line. This will definitely get cut out. I don't even know why I'm asking it. Worst venue from a supplier's perspective?
Right. Well, we won't name it,
Okay.
but
Hint.
It's Sonny's, they'll know who they are.
David frequents it. I don't understand why David goes there.
Oh, I don't know.
You do, and everyone went back and everything was smashed. And the
Give
fella
us a
was
clue,
like-
because you don't have to
It'll
be
go.
You
cryptic.
don't have to tell us where, but you tell us why. if
Okay,
you
so
can.
I just want to know.
I've been there once.
Okay.
That was enough.
All right.
And
Liverpool?
we went back and everything was smashed. And I was like, it was like when we used mirrors and stuff, and
Yeah.
they were like, oh, someone fell over, and there was like a brawl,
What, all
like a
day?
I
full-blown
can't think
brawl.
when
Yeah.
is this?
You
I
can.
want to guess, but I don't
We'll
want to
guess
say
off
it.
air.
Okay.
Yes, do
Okay.
the next
Um,
question.
And we never get inquiries for it anymore, but if they do, fully booked
Fully
all day,
booked.
the week.
What has been your fave wedding setup to date?
Dom's.
Tom's? Oh, that's
Yeah.
lovely, that.
Oh, that is nice.
That's
isn't
nice,
it?
that, isn't
I
it?
see in your eyes, like, get a bit warmer there, to be honest with you.
Nice, that, isn't
There was
it?
no hesitation either, which
No.
means she was telling the truth.
Yeah.
Dom's.
Lovely.
Oh.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed Dom's wedding more than my own wedding.
That's always the case, though,
Yeah.
isn't it? People
Yeah.
always enjoy, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I enjoyed my brother's wedding probably more than he enjoyed it himself. Well, I don't, he
What are
probably
you going to
won't.
go more than your own?
Well.
Have you been married?
Well, I hear that a lot. People
Yeah.
always enjoy
Yeah.
other people's weddings more, don't they? So, maybe
Yeah,
that's why.
Dom's.
Beautiful. 2023 was pears. What is 2024 saying?
Well, I know people are going to say bows, however, I'm already over the bows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
do think
I'm
bows-
going to predict a cherry.
A cherry?
Yeah.
Cherries.
Specific.
How does that work?
How do you find these trends? Are you just like
You just
visionary?
make, you can make them.
The best people create trends, they don't follow them.
Yeah.
So I've got a quick story to tell.
Go on.
So when I did my art degree, obviously I've got no-
She's getting that in there already. She's got an
I
art
know.
degree.
it was in whatever year it was, and I made a shoe, like a stiletto, but it was a banana. It was before lamb bananas, I'm sure of it. And then I did a whole clothing range. I'm obsessed with fruit, so like anything with strawberry or a cherry or like anything like that, an orange, I'm all over it. And I did a whole line, and I shit you not, Dolce & Gabbana did the same thing the next year.
No.
I swear
Imagine.
to you.
Imagine.
Sure.
Take them to
Seen
court.
I know.
No, so I'm only joking. Obviously, never copied me, but I think cherries. I'm going
Cherries?
with cherries, yeah.
What do
So
you think?
at the end of next year, at the end of the year, then we're going to get you back on and we'll discuss then.
Yeah.
If your predictions come right.
Although
Just
I
like a
will
little touch
say,
of a cherry.
if we're talking about who's ahead of the trends, I'd say Australian
Australian pages.
Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They always seem to be ahead.
Yeah,
They're
Australian
every-
always
And I'm
seems
not
to
going to
be
say
ones.
one trend because
We'll
my
have to end,
friends
like,
will
tomorrow
kick off
already.
because I'm doing it for a baby shower.
Okay.
Whisper it to me.
The mics will pick
I
it
don't know if
up.
I am covering.
It's just like the invites.
Okay.
It's just like the invites.
Invite.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cherries.
Whisper in the microphone.
Oh, whoever's sent these questions in has definitely listened to the questions that you've sent in because they seem to be very similar. What is your wedding decor ick? We're coming for you because you're okay sending them in. You've got to answer.
You're alright giving it. I'll take it.
A wooden log and a mason jar.
A wooden log in a
Do like a wooden log
yeah.
and then like a mason jar on
Yeah.
the top.
I thought you said I wouldn't.
I can't
Like
envision this.
vintagey, like.
That's
I know
really
what you
mean, isn't it?
Mine is, and this isn't because
It's a preference. It's only your personal choice, isn't it?
this,
It's not the
this
business.
isn't because I don't like it, like I don't like what people do visually, but DIY because every time, like, so we'll sometimes go to a
I'm
venue
not
to set
offended
up.
by DIY if they're
No.
just doing the whole thing themselves.
But I don't get the ick from like what they're doing because obviously people have different things.
I know my ick. I know my
But
ick.
we'll go to the, and obviously this is like hypocritical because this is what we vote on, but we go to the venue to like collect our wedding and they're setting it up and they're like harassed and like I'm like,
Yeah.
why would you do this to yourself?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think
Yeah.
people think it's a good
I
idea.
see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Do you get what I
Like
mean? So
cost
not, like-
effective, but like the
yeah,
stress
like obviously
and
I
everything
get
else
that
that
people
comes
like,
with
you know,
it.
if you haven't got the money to pay for the decor, but it's like the stress, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
and also people end up spending the
They
same
do.
amount of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
But my
Just let someone else.
biggest ick, and I'm trying to think of venues that we work in that might not do it. I don't understand places that don't iron the tablecloths.
or to the floor,
That's
or
naughty, that
Yeah.
isn't it? That's a bit lazy on the venues
And
part.
we go to some fancy venues and they don't iron the tablecloths.
Do you reckon because they turn them out that quick, they just...
I know, but
And the
if you're
staff are like always
giving,
agency
like,
staff.
enough,
a lot of money for a wedding, I
Yeah.
want you to iron my tablecloths.
but you know, like,
And it looks, I can say the word shit, it looks shit on our
it does.
footage as well,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Looks
It
shit from the
shows, it
person's
shows, you
eyes,
can't
looks
hide
shit.
it. If it's
Can't
creased, it's
hide
creased.
it.
Yeah.
And then you probably feel like when you've done so much hard work into it, and then it's just a big massive crease.
Yeah.
You don't want to take any
Well,
photos
and
of
obviously
it.
the tables are like, so it's not like
Yeah.
we can like
If
then start ironing
we know
tablecloths
now
ourselves.
some suspect venues we go to, we will say to the bride, let us do the tablecloths, we'll bring
Yeah.
our own tablecloths and we'll iron
Good
them.
on you though for being that like forward with the bride,
Yeah.
being like, listen, we'll sort it for you, because
So that's
a lot of
sorry
other,
about the
a lot of other like
log
you know,
mason jar gals out there.
yeah, we'll backtrack that bit.
With your creased tablecloths.
This is a question from a guest who's been on recently, our good friend Stephen Walker. He's sent in a message, which is quite a nice one.
Oh.
What advice would you give to the version of you that was just starting out on this journey?
The last question that is.
Do it.
Everyone always going to say that, you know, don't do it.
Do you know what makes
I think
me-
your advice would, like, my advice to you would be, don't take things so personally.
Oh, I do. I take everything personally.
I'm really bad for that.
It's
Yeah.
because you're creative and it's personal to you, isn't it? Because it's your creative touch. I think
if you love something
Yeah.
enough, you'll always feel like someone's attacking you in a small way.
That's
Yeah.
what, I'm
And
like...
not even like,
it
you
just-
don't even have to say something bad. It's even when they don't say nothing, that feels like an attack
And
sometimes.
do you know what? A lot of brides don't say thank you to us.
No, same.
Yeah, same.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Same.
And like you go and they're like, got the makeup artist flowers and the hairdresser's got a bottle of champagne and you're like,
They're all getting
been here
tips
since
and
6
all
o'clock
that.
this morning. Yeah, so even just a thanks.
I think
Nice.
sometimes as well, it's that because they don't have like a hands-on relationship with you on the day because they're already getting the hair and makeup
But
done
then
and stuff.
I've got, yeah, 'cause we don't see them on the day, but I've got brides who I'm actually friends with now, who I've stayed friends with.
That's nice though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That you can have that like...
Especially the
After
brides I had
relationship.
when I was getting married, because obviously I felt like, you know, we were like bridey friends.
Planning weddings.
But I'm just whittering on now, so really will have to be an extended version. When people used to come on the masterclass, they'd be like, oh, I'm like a full-time nurse and just, you know, like want something to do over weekend. And me and Dom would be like,
Yeah.
we work literally, we were trying to find 4 days off together to go and see my dad.
Yeah.
And we don't have 4 days off. Like, we work every single day.
Yeah, it's a full-time thing,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
not just
Like,
a...
people think, like, we just get up on a Saturday morning, whack a few bits out.
I think people
Come
who
back.
start... So then this is probably one for... I don't know whether we've got a question here for people who are starting up.
Can I just say, this is a small brief that I'll just throw it in there. Becky, my Becky,
Yeah.
had an epiphany in her mind not even that long ago that she wanted to try out venue dressing. Or not venue dressing, but like smaller events, like
Yeah.
little parties and stuff like that. So I purchased some stuff for her, which is basically just went to total waste. Because
Yeah.
it does take time, doesn't
Oh,
it? And
yeah.
I think this is the thing. This is where a lot of people go wrong, and this is, you know, people might get offended by this, I don't know. But like, you've got to love what it is that you want to do, otherwise you just won't do it.
Yeah.
You just won't do it.
No.
If you're thinking about it, it's just an extra bit of money. There's no extra bit of money, and it's just a laugh. You've either got to love it or you don't.
Yeah, because we've gone
Because
through
you
like
just won't care.
gone
Yeah.
through stages where we've just had to do it and not take a wage and stuff. So if you didn't enjoy it,
That's what I mean.
you'd be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
God.
We've
There's-
only just really got back on our feet after COVID.
Yeah.
There was that little thing
Yeah.
that I seen somewhere, and this is talking about entrepreneurs and creators and whatever, but like there was a thing that I saw somewhere, like you've got to love what you do beyond understanding of everybody else, because there'll become a point in time where you'll love something that much that you will do it for free. You'll be working too many hours, you will be exhausted, you will be overwhelmed, and you'll wonder why you're doing it in the first place.
Yeah.
And a lot of people at that point will just go, right, that's enough for me.
Yeah.
Where if you love it out and out right, which obviously you do, which you can tell, you'll go beyond that point and you will do stuff for free, and you will stay up all
Yeah.
night, and you will, you know, exhaust yourself.
When we did flannels Christmas decorations, we were awake solidly for 37 hours.
We started it.
Dom started convulsing on the way home.
I was laughing. I was driving. So we were in the school traffic.
Like, we were coming home
Coming
as
home
the
from
kids
the
were going
setup.
into school, and we
Got
went
ya.
to work on
Ah,
Saturday night.
scatty that.
And I
Got
was
ya.
driving and I was laughing and then I was crying. And I was like, I don't know.
You probably didn't know what to do,
No.
like.
And
Oh,
I
so-
just kept needing
and
away,
then
like every
Mother's
3
Day,
minutes.
whatever year that was,
Mother's Day 2021.
we
Remember it well.
worked.
Still got the scars.
Dom electrocuted herself and then cried because she didn't die.
And not
She was like,
die.
I can't believe
I just
I've
wanted to
not
go to
died.
hospital because I said if I would have got
What did you
electrocuted
say,
myself
Al?
and it would have been quite serious, we could have just messaged everyone and said, I'm really sorry, but my sister's in hospital. She electrocuted herself. We can't do
And then at one
yours."
point we thought we were getting attacked, and I was like, I wouldn't even have the energy to fight them off. I'd just let them kill me.
Oh God, this was a dark turn. This podcast.
So, we
Next
have
question.
two last questions for you. What colour scheme theme is a big no-no?
But I'm the wrong person to ask. I made everyone wear black for my wedding.
What trends have you
Everyone.
Nice,
talking
black's
about?
nice colour though, I think.
Even the staff.
Was you very
Singers.
consistent with like, everyone's got to wear black but me?
I would have kicked them out if they didn't have black on.
Wow.
It's so much it made a got a say in the wedding speech, didn't
Yeah.
it? From
Fair
the best
do.
man.
And I can't tell you
Moving
how
on.
much it confused people.
Yeah, it would have done, I
Like,
think.
Who's a guest and who's
no,
bringing
like,
drinks
no,
back?
Maybe
like,
The
like,
dress code.
is that our
so
John or is
do
that
I
the
need
waiter?
to wear black? And I was like, yeah. And then people would be like, so just black? Black? Like,
No
pretend
question.
I'm dead and you're coming to my funeral.
Yeah.
Just wear what you'd wear for that.
You'd be thankful. Black's like the
Isn't that
easiest
easy?
colour.
And it was,
Yeah.
well, it was October as well, wasn't it? So I
Yeah.
feel like
Wintry, isn't
That
it?
time,
Yeah.
yeah.
Obviously,
Saving people
I
that-
never wore black.
So, I've actually got two more. Actually, I thought we had two left, but we've got two more. What are your top tips for wedding decor? Was that?
No, we haven't
No.
done that one.
Top
Um,
tips. Top tips.
Use artificial flowers as well as real.
Okay. That's
Because
a good tip.
I am a flower lover. And if, I had endless amounts of money, I would still feel
It's a
sad at them all
lot,
dying
yeah.
the next day.
don't try and do everything.
Don't try and do everything, yeah.
People
Or
are like,
less
I
is
want,
more.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
it's sometimes just like just do like the main things that you
And
need to do, like your centerpieces.
Also,
Yeah.
I feel as though this is not a good thing to say because it will impact our job. No one really gives a shit about your wedding decor. Apart from you.
I
Yeah.
think you
Like
the person who's
that-
paying for it, notices it more than anybody
Yeah.
else, don't
Yeah.
they? So,
Like, that is for, that, like,
You're doing
all
it for
my
you,
wedding
aren't you?
decor was for me.
good. I think
Like,
that's a
I
good
reckon
tip
a
to
few
have,
of
give
my
people.
guests would have been like, oh, it looked nice, but if you said to me, like, what did so-and-so have at their wedding 4 years ago, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are very right. I think that goes
Yeah.
with a lot of things
Goes
on
with
a wedding day,
most-
doesn't it?
most
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Last question. Your pink hen do looked insane. Was it a must for you to do something different than you usually do? Whose hen do is this I'm talking to, by the way?
Man,
Yours.
one of.
Okay.
Again, not shocked.
So,
Oh,
what was the... Because obviously it's on social media, I'm guessing if people have seen it.
Yeah.
I don't know, where did the pink even come from?
I don't know.
Barbie?
We were trying to
We're not-
reuse it.
It was before Barbie, wasn't
We
it?
must have bought some pink flowers that we had left out. No, I said. I think it was before Barbie.
It was before Barbie, yeah.
The trend again.
We did that.
Well, I
yeah.
started this thing and then next minute Margot Robbie's like on the phone going, can I rob your...
You're set up there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know how it came about. Pink. See, I wasn't meant to be getting involved. There was going to be a surprise.
But,
And
now
it
you
was
Unlucky.
can't let anything be
It
a
was
surprise.
it was low key in the garden, and then I booked a marquee, and then made the marquee man turn it all pink, and it's just.
Yes, the marquee was pink, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The cops. Pink
I've
carpet.
never seen a pink
Ev-
marquee in my
Honestly,
life.
everything was pink.
Everything
I've
was
seen
pink.
the pictures, yeah.
And everyone had to wear pink, apart from me.
obviously.
There you go.
Nothing else to add?
No. Like,
Just before we do wrap up the podcast, I just want to say thanks for all the insight. This won't be the last. I say this at at the end of every podcast. It's becoming like a bit of Josh tradition. Is this probably won't be the last time we want you on? So we'll just come back on after sitting here for a couple of hours
Definitely.
talking to
Yeah,
us.
the dog's being fast asleep on the dog cam.
Bring the dog next
Yeah,
time.
we'll
It's
bring the
gonna-
dog next
Bring the dog
time.
next
Yeah.
time.
Bring the
Because we
whole
always
crate.
Yeah.
we feel like at the moment for us we didn't even speak about like what's going on present day for you two at the moment with weddings, but at the moment for us we're quite quiet, but it's about the season
Yeah,
for us,
it's
it's about to
quiet,
just kick
isn't it?
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we want to try and get people. I know yous are going to be hectic, but we want to try and get people on when previous guests. Yous will be a previous guest after today's
In
one.
the height of wedding season.
In the height of wedding
Yeah.
season, how things are going, because yous will probably have more relevant stories than the origin story, and people who listen will want to see us back on to see what yous are up to.
See if
So-
the cherry is a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's one of the reasons I want you back on, to see if the cherry is a trend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you want to get them, Beth? So you'll know, because you obviously see the podcast all the time.
Little cup. We'll have these in our lockup. We're always fighting over cups, aren't we?
Yeah.
So
We say lock up like we're like in
this
a
is our
snug
little
garage
gift to you. Obviously, you brought us a
Thank
gift,
you.
so
Thank
we've given you the
you.
gift back.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
yeah, I feel bad. Sorry,
These are
guys.
nice.
Because we got mugs, Nat got us mugs, but they're like half, they're aesthetic.
I was going for
Oh, the
aesthetic.
aesthetic look.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
it's like
We didn't go for
you-
aesthetics with
you
them.
have
There is
those,
like a good Dom will love this.
yeah. This is
And they won't
Good
get
firm
tea
cup.
stains.
Well, that's it's black inside, isn't it?
Hey, hey.
Hey, what about that black colour
We
scheme?
like a bit of black colour scheme.
Yeah.
Just tell us if you need anything to change, and we'll just change it for you.
Well, she's already got
I
logo
wish it
needs
was
to
a bit
be-
like
Dom thinks the logo looks a bit pornographic.
me.
pornographic. This
This is getting bleeped out, I swear. We get monitorised.
It's good to know.
Where?
Dom, Dom hasn't
It
seen
wasn't
the
me.
picture.
I just went, what?
So she
What
was,
are we
What
both
are they
grabbing
doing
in the
to
middle?
that poor woman in the middle?
I didn't know. I just looked at the cake and said, what have they got hold
I
of?
knew the backstory.
I mean, Josh. To be fair,
And then I
Josh
realised
is
once
touching
I
his
closed.
crotch there.
Josh looks a bit eager.
You
I've
can't
never
not
noticed
unsee that. You can't not unsee that now.
I think I'm breathing in.
It's like the lesbian bride picture.
I've never seen that.
I'm showing you it before we go.
This is going to be
Pornographic
the end.
done,
We're
yeah.
going to be
This is
editing
the end of the
it.
podcast completely.
I think that's you more than us, Tom, to be fair. I think it's you
I
more
just
than
looked
us.
quickly because I was driving and I said, what are they
Thank you,
holding in
my
the
love.
middle? And then Nat turned it into, she
Was
went,
it-
I
a
was
microphone?
definitely breathing in, and I think I've done that thing
Stephen
which
Walker said it looks like we're playing a violin.
he's so innocent.
yeah, that,
So innocent, our Stephen.
Bit of a difference. there.
Stephen's always looking at the art.
Yeah,
You're
maybe
looking
we
at
do.
the.
Yeah.
You said as well. Maybe we need to redo that picture. There
Oh,
you go.
remember the giant penis display?
no, we done a hen do, right?
It wasn't a hen do, it was a baby
This is
shower.
staying
It
in.
was a baby shower, we done a hen do, I never done it.
I
was
never
a-
did it either.
It was your man, Chloe.
It wasn't.
It
It was.
Anyway, it looked lovely. But actually, then someone commented saying, I think this would be a bit more appropriate for a hen do.
And I was fucking
Nat's
fuming.
obviously
I
taking it
was
personal, fuming. And she's like, I don't understand. And then I was like, yeah, I can't really say it. So I asked Mark, and he was like, looks like a giant penis and balls.
No, it did. We had to delete it because everyone was commenting on it, and the poor
It, like,
girl was
we nearly went.
really upset.
It was like
It would've
literally
gone viral, I reckon.
they'd done the balloons like this,
Oh, it
and
was
then like that.
It was like a giant penis.
And I was like, how have
Big
you?
dick.
How did none of us not see that?
And you think even the balls might have been a different colour.
Purple, 20 Blue.
Oh no!
I've just stayed out of this whole conversation though. I'm not getting cancelled anytime soon.
Oh yeah, it does look like you got married.
Look,
Yeah, that is. You
Yeah.
did get
Oh, that's
Yeah, you
lovely.
got
Congratulations,
So,
you two. I hope you're happy.
Thanks again for coming on, and
no.
see you in the next
It's been
one.
a blast. We knew.
Thank you.
We knew.
been an absolute blast. Here's your broken thing.
I'm not choosing it.
Let's cut the cake. Way.